sort of play with Ever wonder how a magician practices his improv? Well, this is kind of how that's done. Sometimes I like to take a deck of cards, give them a little mix-up, a little cut, a little shuffle, and try to tell a story based on how the cards sort of fall out. This will be perfect. This is a little story that I like to call, this is a story about Jack, a father, and a girl who said no. Jack, a father, and a girl who said no. It starts with a girl named Sally and a boy named Jack, whose relationship only lasted about 3 days. I don't know how to do this, dropping cards, but that's alright. In fact, their relationship lasted exactly 4 months, 2 weeks, and 3 days, in which Jack showered Sally in diamonds. The relationship came to an end on a Friday. Friday the 13th. That works out perfect. One only needs to look at the last 78 hours of their relationship. Yeah, that seems alright. To really understand what happened. At 8 a.m. on the first day, Sally was caught commingling with another man. Now, those of you may have noticed that commingling doesn't necessarily mean an affair. It just means hanging out or a visit from. In fact, the more attentive, the more attentive you will realize that they were in fact related, and the dude was actually Sally's father. Let's focus on the father for a moment. Well, this isn't the father, but there's only so many King of Clubs in the deck to deal with, so let's just... actually, let's bring him back. I got an idea. The father had a particular fetish. Not like that, but I mean a fetish for gambling. And he was actually quite good. With the right hands and the right hired help, he could actually almost deal himself any hand he wanted to. Right, let's focus on him for just a moment. He walked in. Sally swore up and down to Jack before they got married that she would never deal a crooked poker hand, a crooked poker game again. Never, ever, ever. Let's just put that there. That, I think, will help. He said, hey, let me have 45 minutes of your time, and Sally said 9. 9. She said no in German, because they were a German family. So soon, 45 minutes turned into, turned 45, 75. 45 minutes turned into 75 minutes, and 75 minutes turned into a poker game. See, the father, he had the first cut and deal, so he dealt himself 5 cards, meaning to give himself a flush, but he didn't. He gave himself a pair of 9s instead. Sally, not to be outdealt, Sally, it was her turn to deal. She dealt herself just, what did she deal herself? A pair of aces, beating that pair of 9s. But, of course, the father, not to be outdone, he still got to exchange some cards, because this was a 5-card draw. He exchanged 1 card, and he hit the straight. It wasn't the straight flush, but he did the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which was pretty good, all things considered. Sally, not to be outdone, she took a gamble. She traded in all her cards, gave the cards a cut, and dealt herself a brand new hand, thus winning the game with the straight flush that the father meant to deal themselves. At about 6 minutes to 10 o'clock on that first day, Jack walked in, found the 3 of them gambling, or found the 2 of them gambling, and 3 days later, after an argument, it was all over. Because there were only 3 cards left. And that, of course, is the story of Jack. Ooh, a father. And the girl who said 9. No, the girl who said no. Perfect. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.